redo the recording. I'm going to go ahead and proceed forward and continue where I left off. But yes, I did have some ideas on really going out there and prospecting. Is the red flags are concerning because you can tell them and you can anticipate if they do have some experience by the words they use. Oh, we got our offer rejected many times already. Oh, it's been frustrating in the buying process for the last year or two. Can never find the right home, or there's too many multiple offers. If I hear some responses like that, that does show me they're serious, but also tells me that they've written offers. It also tells me they might have not with me, so they also been working with somebody else. Press on that a little forward, ask some clarity questions. Oh, I that's unfortunate. I do know it's tough in a tight inventory market. I mean, how many offers have you written in the past, year or two? And I press a little bit further. Is there something that you think it was more about the way your offer was written? Do you think that it was probably were your offers lower than the asking price or higher? And I start to press forward and I start to learn more about who the relationship they did. Were you writing the offers with the listing agent, or did you have your own representation, your own agent? And then, so those things are ways I can kind of understand. And maybe they have some frustration, or maybe a lot of times they have written an offer with other agents, they admit it, and they say, but then my agent always was late. They showed up, they stood me up. They sometimes there's agents out there who don't communicate, or who maybe they wrote the offer too beyond the deadline and never presented it forward and pushed for it. Because if you and sometimes I say, if you keep working with the same agent or the same type of strategy, you might be getting the same results, which is no contract, no escrow. Maybe it is time to reconsider and work with another professional. I can give you my commitment and my dedication, and this is my style and my strategies, and my methodologies are proven that I have very strong results. So you can check my track record, or I represent buyers very well. Look at all the, I can show my experience or past sales. I can also show them uh, how to me, I think what most people want to hear is what and how are you going to make their offer appear better. And that's something that's missing a lot of times. People will always say, "Oh, I'll write the offer for you and I'll email it over." But it's not just the email. Sometimes it's just calling the listing agent up. It's to find out how much activity. It's to try to negotiate a few terms, or it's making sure that they're protected in their contingencies and communicating that maybe they have a situation, like they have to get season their funds for a little bit, or maybe we need a specific timing because we have to sell something. So whatever it is, just be detailed, be communicative, show them the compassion that you have, and it should lead to more success. I'm going to continue on with another sales meeting slides, because the next portion of is really just to describe to your client um, what to expect. And managing expectations are important because you don't want them to be thinking and dreaming that they're getting a $5 million estate at the $1 million price point. That's not proper. We got to let them know and manage their expectations on what we're gonna see. Are we looking primarily more towards fixers, or are we looking for something that's older that can be remodeled to your liking, or do you want something that's more priced higher, but it's ready to go? It's turnkey. It's already been done for you, and so a lot of times that's a way I try to deliver the type of listings I'm going to send them, because I can tell them if they're more budget oriented, or if they're more like, we want something for our family now and we want it something beautiful, because we don't want the headaches of a remodel project. So the good thing is we have both of those products in our markets. We have a lot of old homes. We have a lot of turnkey, and we have people who are fix and flippers and remodelers who are delivering their product slowly right now, but there is inventory that has it. So Managing the client's expectations is super, super important. And don't forget to follow up after your showings. Because if you just show them the 5 homes and then you don't ask them anything, you're really not learning about what they like and dislike. You're not really understanding whether what their mindset is, what there is on the price points. So it's okay when you're walking through or finish a showing. What do you think of the asking price? Do you think that's a fair price? Even though you don't like it, you can ask them opinions about it. What do you think about this neighborhood? I mean, could you see yourself living in this house or not? And these are great tips for you to move forward and just really understand some scripts to work on. And don't fill in the blanks for them. Let them speak. Many of you have asked Moxie questions and want to improve your website, want to learn how to utilize Moxie Impress, which helps you with some marketing, as well as with the Moxie section regarding prospecting and the CRM system. So there is a class called the Moxie Meganar, June 13th, free registration to all the agents by Zoom. I just registered for it. I hope you guys take advantage of the resources and tools that CodeMaker is providing. These are the best suite of products that are given from any brokerage to agents. So if you're not utilizing it or learning it, you're missing really, really out and not really tapping into the resources that we're providing, because many other companies and firms would pay for this service. We're paying for it through our franchise fees. So I hope you guys are all getting advantage. There are great risk management and legal live webinars on CAR. So check their website. I'm going to get into a couple of CAR things right now, as well as NAR. If you don't know, there is litigation against the National Association of Realtors. CEO Art Carter mentioned it last week, and I'm giving you the resources, the information, and you could go ahead and read up on this, because there is some article explaining how there's a monopoly in the NAR industry, and they're claiming this and this and that our industry is broken and whatnot. So Anywhere Real Estate, as long with all the other big firms out there, are all in this complaint. And so if you want to read up on it, you can go ahead and understand how they're calling us a monopoly. And if you want to learn a little bit more about the live slides with Chief Economist Jordan Levine, I'm going to pop into that slide real quick. So the June 5th, 2023 market update says that we did avoid a default on our debt obligations by going ahead and Congress putting together a last-minute deal that did require the raising of the debt ceiling. So we have taken on more debt, or allowed to take on more debt with our government, which is going to, the stock market did rally in a bearish way. In anticipation of this agreement, we have seen the mortgage rates have been kind of heading slightly favorable, but they're still around 6.5% to 7%. And I do see we're gonna, for the near term, next 3 to 5 months, probably be hovering in that 6 to 7% range for the rest of the year. It might not cool off as quick as we anticipated, because there are a couple of different factors and signals that we're watching. So May has had a little bit higher rates, and we do see the US labor market showing signs of cooling down, but employers are still adding jobs. So it's kind of a mixed signals, because what you're finding is inflation is still not under control. And so the Fed doesn't know what to do. So they're probably going to keep elevated rates for quite some time. Hopefully they don't raise it anymore. They kind of signaled they weren't going to raise it. It should be stagnant for most of the rest of the year. So this is a pulse survey of realtors in California only. And this is a kind of a week, June 3rd kind of pulse. So you can kind of see how many people are closing properties, how many of them are putting on a new listing. And you can see realtors are closing, only 23% closed the sale from the last month. 22% entered in an escrow, 18% of the realtors out there saying they listed the property. No change. But I do see a slightly bit more activity when you see what people are for feeling, or the kind of the impressions they feel. So most of the realtors, not real most, 30%, which is increase from last month, believe that sales will be higher in the next months. They do think that prices, 25%, which is 8% greater than the month prior, do think prices will go up more, which is a pretty strong signal that now we're feeling that the tight inventory is continuing to be the primary reason why prices are remain elevated right now. And listings will also be up. 31% say they will. So it's just a nice pulse to see what other realtors are saying and thinking. What I like to talk to you about, because I've had a couple of questions from my own clients as well as from you guys, talking about the portability of your property tax. And it is this is regarding Prop 19, and it's regarding people who are 55 plus and older, as well as those who have been impacted and lost their homes during the wildfires. So if you want to purchase a new property and some owners are downsizing, some empty nesters are looking for something more affordable for retirement, maybe you have a lot of people who have many properties, or their primary residence just doesn't suit them because it's 2-story. So whatever the case may be, one of the fears that everyone talks about is the high property taxes if they purchase the next home. What's the benefit for them? What's the reasons? Well, this is one of the great reasons that they can port their existing tax bases to the next property they purchase, and they don't have to fear if they buy even a very expensive home, that all of it's going to be continuing to be assessed at the market rate. So this is an example of what a property tax calculator will look like. So I'll start going ahead and clicking on this. It's provided by CAR. So we do know that it is a valid, reputable site. And when you go in here, this measure did pass November of 2020. And you can see that if you do have any of these qualifications, which is many people, the baby boomers who are over 55, so they can buy a replacement property within 2 years of selling their property, and they can do this 3 times in their lifetime, up to 3 times. So all you have to do to help them with their understanding of this is give them some of a basic information to show them with numbers, show them with the data and figures. Obviously, it depends on where they're buying and the property tax rates or this and that. But for example, let's just say there was a big boom of housing and a lot of people bought their properties around maybe 2001. There's a lot of properties that have been purchased and homes being built, and there's a lot of people who are even in the 1990s and 1980s who purchased, and they're going to have a lower purchase price. So assuming that you bought then, and let's just say what did they buy it for? Let's just say they bought their property. Maybe they bought it at $475,000, and back then in 2001, they had a $475 purchase price. Today, that property price probably is worth somewhere around $1 million. Okay, so whatever their case is, all you have to do is just get the closest figure towards them. So it's not going to make a huge difference if it's 475 or 485. So this is just to give them a rough idea with some estimations. So if they purchased in 2001 at 475, their current assessment should be somewhere around $675,000. So that means the assessed value using 1.25% as the figure is going to be roughly $84.31 for property tax. You can see the disclaimer. Some areas have lower than 1.25%. Some areas like El Monte has 1.4%, so it's higher. Okay. So if the property is worth $1 million today, we can see a new buyer, let's just say it's a brand new normal buyer, they would be paying roughly 12,500 per year annually towards property tax, 1.25%, right? This seller does not want to move here as a new buyer if they have to pay 12,000 because they want to pay this lower amount. They want to pay 84.31. So, as long as this seller purchase a property $1 million or less, they can port 8431 from their existing home, move it to their next property, and they will have 4,000 plus in savings. You can see this gap from this number here to this number is $4,069. That's the savings every year after year after year they're going to be able to preserve. That's the way to explain portability of your tax. If they want to purchase something at $1.2 million and they sell for 1 million, absolutely they can. There's a formula for that. It's not going to be much higher. So they'll port over the same 8431 and then they'll assess the additional 200,000 at the normal rate. So you could do it. You could buy a greater, you could buy less than your existing sales price. Any questions? Cool. So now we understand the benefit of Prop 19 and the portability of tax. And going on to the next slide, the latest updates from Jordan Levine. I'll just get into the key figures that we have an update of. This is as of, I think, 10 or 15, maybe about 10 days ago. So let's go ahead and pull this in so we can take a look. And tell me, please, if you do see the slides starting to begin from Car Economist. Someone say yes or no?
Yes.
All right, thank you. So the same
I can
link
see.
from Jordan Levine is also what I just gave you, this interactive portability calculator. So you can always use that now from CAR as a resource to give better consultation information. You can do it right in front of your client too. How does this go to the next slide? It's not pushing forward. Okay, let me try it again. Maybe that one froze. Let me try on a. Sorry, guys. The link is not working. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go into my link directly. Give me a second. Maybe the file's too big, that's why. So I'll do it without the big screen. I can do it in the small screen. Okay, so let me start sharing from the small screen. You guys hear me okay now? Okay, here we go. You got the stock market now. We're talking about looks like it's overheating as profits fall. So again, this is the market update where we can see that the stock market has been climbing up ever since last year. We can see it improving. There was a big really fear right here, but it is picking back up. So when we look at daily rates of what's going on in the interest rates, what we kind of look at is the 10-year treasury bonds and interest rates. So we can hear it's about 3.65 and the 2 years around 4.28%. Closing sales in single family. We can, from this number here, it's hard to see in the colored, but you can see existing single family sales slightly inching up from the beginning of the year. And you can kind of see as it compared to the past many years, volume of sales is significantly lower than any other years in the past. So that is how you can see it. Many realtors and brokerages are not getting the volume that we have in any of the recent years' history. So in April, we're trying to get back on track. They did see a negative 9% month over month closed number sales, which is very surprising because April and May typically are very, very strong months in sales. So pending sales are slightly upticking. So you can kind of see here, these are the number of pendings. And they do anticipate that the next few months will also still be the same. Stable, no rapid recovery, no drastic sudden bubble crashing. It should be much more of the same with the same amount of interest rates. So what we're talking about the primary issues has always been since the last 13 years has been some low inventory. So we're having a low supply that's really holding us back. So with low number of existing listings and same amount of buyers fighting for the same products, multiple offers and multiple showings on the same homes that are kind of selling relatively quicker than usual, we're finding that that's keeping elevated prices. And so when we try and look at the prior year new listings in the light blue, right around May, there was 23,000 plus listings. Right now, we only have 13,800. You can see how year over year, our listing inventory is drastically lower than the prior years in every single month. And what that is healthy activity for sellers, because when there's low inventory, you're going to be able to hopefully get market top dollar price. So there are a little bit more actives, but it's not really sustainable like this. There was quite a bit of actives, days on market right around January and December. There was a lot of slow activity. Yes, everyone's on holiday and vacation mode. But as we go right towards the spring season, summer now, everything, all the inventory is being swooped up by the existing buyers. So how sustainable is this? We have cooled down from the elevated days on market and number of peak high listings in January, December. So with the lower inventory, it's just how sustainable. We don't know how long it's going to last, but I do see in our area in San Gabriel Valley that many of the homes are not taking too long to sell. You're getting activity right away. You're getting a lot of people at your open houses. So it is definitely a listing market. Go out there and get some listings. So when you see closed prices, we look at the median sale price per square foot. Since 2020 pandemic time, it's been a pretty steady price per square foot increase, where now we're at around 426 median price per square foot. No matter what, and this is all throughout California, guys. So median closed price per square foot growth has been kind of shrinking. So you can kind of see here, it's basically now hitting its saturation point. So what does it look like in terms of the forecast for the rest of 2023? Well, we kind of anticipate that price-wise, homes are selling in 2022 compared to what it was in the year prior. The average the median home price was 342,000. It is drawing and cooling down from what it was a year ago. So it's interesting to see how they're kind of forecasting. They're forecasting that the 30-year fixed rate mortgage might be, well, in 2022, it was 5.3%. Right now, they're anticipating it might be forecasted to be closer towards 6.3 once it kind of cools down at the end of the year. And that's what it is. What is the house affordability index? Before, 31% of the people, 30% were able to afford purchasing a home. Now it's only 19% of the buyers out there of our population can afford to buy today's homes at today's elevated interest rates and high prices. That's not many motivated buyers out there right now. So that's the end of the slides. I hope you got some value out of this. I'll go ahead and now press on forward with the rest of the sales slides. Any questions? Share University has some cool content for those of you Instagrammers, influencers, and those involved in social media. So you can get some nice Giphies and moving types of for sale, who your realtors kind of signs that you can add to any photo. So you can use this free. And if you don't know what Moxie is, this is what the beautiful website and the things that you can do on there. Don't forget to sign up for next week's class. The Dream Campaign, there's a whole new campaign with Cole Banker. My YouTube channel has all the past recordings and videos. Let's get into the new listings, guys. Any questions? Comments? Well, Tawny Key has a nice, beautiful new listing, one of the most affordable on the market today. $599,000 for this 791 square foot single family house. 2461 Saint Pierre. This is a fixer-upper in Altadena. Henry Liu has a lease, 11135 Legion Drive in unit number 101, El Monte, $3,500 per month for this newer construction Union Walk community. Angel Lau has a 118 Casuta Canyon. This is Unit C, townhouse style in Monterey Park. 1272 square feet, just right under 600,000. And Clinton has a brand new listing also here in Arcadia, 1130 Huntington Drive, unit number 10. This condominium is 669,000. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. Very close to H Mart and near this Westfield Santa Anita Mall. And I'm proud to see Esther Chiu has an extremely affordable condominium that looks great. 500,000 only for this 2 bedroom, 2 bath condo in Bellflower. 9312 Palm Street. This should sell very, very quick. When you price it right, you got a good property. This is a coming soon from Mei Zhang. She's got 31 Nottingham Road in Westlake Village, 1848 square feet. And if you have any questions, just go ahead and call her. And if you have any interested parties for this one. Jean Chang has a beautiful, lovely single family for sale in Corona, 25463 for his 4-bedroom beauty. Wow, it's got 3,000 plus square feet. Great looking curb appeal, 789,000 only. Jean, is there anything you want to add? If not, we'll move on to Singh's gorgeous coming soon listing. This is a gorgeous mansion in Arcadia. See that?
Already under track.
Huh?
This was already in escrow.
This is pending now. Good job. I told you things are going quickly. So I'm excited to see you got this in escrow. Congrats, Jean. And did you have multiple offers?
Yes.
Yes?
Yep.
See? I can tell you. See,
Yeah.
activity, no matter where you get a listing, you're going to get activity. So Jagjit's got a brand new listing for sale. 1025 Elsir Avenue. This is a prime location, kind of near Mayflower, just south of Duarte. It does have Arcadia schools. This mega mansion is a gorgeous beauty. I saw the interior myself, and all the property details. For a half acre, you're getting quite a bit of property. It's priced right under, I think it's 3.788 thousand for this 3.788 million, I'm sorry. But gorgeous backyard. It's got a pool house as well. It does have solar installed, and this is soaring high ceilings with some of the best material finishes you're going to find in a custom home. Take a look at this one, and I'm excited for Jagjit Singh. It should be on the market in 2 weeks, coming soon. And Steve and Amy, these rock stars just closed in Covina, 1.365 million, and they sold this 3-unit in a multifamily. Tammy Chung leased a nice San Marino property, 2734 Carla Riss Road, and this leased out for $69.50 per month. Henry Liu and Johnny Chu closed on Zero Huff Road, Imperial. This land and piece of dirt sold for $2.75 million. Why? Because it's got 641 acres of land, vegetation, plants, wildlife, and probably has a lot of probably some agricultural use to it too. And they also closed on this 472 acres on ebony and eucalyptus by the 95 Imperial. This vacant land sold 4.8 million. Looks like agricultural use. And they also sold another parcel, 1.79 million in Imperial. So it's probably the same owner who has a bunch of this farmland. And this lot is 206 acres. Very excited for Nancy and Michael. Closed on this lease, $3,100 per month. Congrats to them in Fontana. Kevin Kahn, he got this closed at $785,000. 25148 Walnut Street, Santa Clarita. And this single family, it's got about 2,000 square feet. Single family, looks nice. Desert landscaping. And Atri Pat, she's amazing. Sold 900 Winston Avenue in San Marino. 4 beds, 4 baths, 2652 square feet. Gorgeous 14,000 plus lot. Sold at 2.69 million. Congratulations to Atri. Good for her. Amy, she sold 11300 Donna Lisa Drive in Studio City. Look at these mountainside, hillside views. Big lot of 13,906. This single family sold just under 2 million. Good job for Amy. And myself and Jung co-listed 321 Nicholson Avenue. This Monterey Park condominium sold for 538,000. We got way over asking, and very excited for Jung, who is got one of his first experiences, a taste for how it's like to be a listing agent. And I threw him to the fire. I told him, I'm going on vacation. You handle it, take care of it, get it done. He did an excellent job. I'm very proud of him. 1537 Forest Glen Drive, Hacienda Heights. This Angel got this one closed at 1.13 million. This is a 2392 square foot single family. Gorgeous curb appeal. Congratulations to Angel. She's been on fire recently. And Manny Aquino got this closing in Banning. New construction, 2095 Horizon Avenue. A standard big box builder, 4-bedroom, 3-bath. You do nothing except for bring your clients to the first visit at a lot of these builder sites, register your clients, and you collect a commission when they buy it. So I'm very happy for many of you who are taking advantage of the builder communities. Most of them are in the East. Ton are in Fontana, Rancho Cucamonga, the Chino area, Banning has them. So Ontario has a bunch. So if you have Beaumont, go east. You can find a bunch of these. You can find some easy sales and collect your easy commission. Julia got this leased out, 1422 Diamond Court in Redlands. Any other coming soons or potential off-market listings coming? If not, thanks for staying to the very, very end, guys. It's 11:04. We are pretty much ready to wrap it up. For those of you who I might not see in another 2 weeks, I just want to wish you all a happy Father's Day. I'll be celebrating myself, and not this Sunday, but the week after. So those of you families and mothers and children, go ahead and plan ahead for those hardworking dads who are trying to do their best and provide for their children. But most importantly, just being a great role model, teaching kids how to struggle and then also how to pick yourself up, how to learn with failures, how to really understand, like I'm doing with my own son. He's just really bright and falls down, gets right back up, doesn't cry. He knows a little bit about starting to help out at the house. So I'm getting him to do some chores in order to earn a prize or earn a toy. So that's all parenting, and nurturing your children is the best thing you can do for really our future generation. So if all the parents out there just spent the time to build up your character of your children and not just put them in front of a screen and where they're just learning from all these other kids that are just getting spoiled, or they just have a lot of toys, or they're not really getting any educational leadership type of nurturing. They're really missing out on how to become an independent, responsible future adult. So keep on planting those seeds and nurturing your children and watering them till they really grow and become a very proud parent that you can be. So that's it. See you guys next time. And reminder, I forgot to remind those of you in my fast start class. I'm going to email you guys today to see if anyone wants to make it tomorrow. If not, then we can postpone it for the week after. Okay. So those of you guys, I'll email you today, give you guys a reminder, and I'll base it on your responses. Okay. Take care. See you guys.
Everybody, and happy Father's Day to the fathers. If I don't talk to you before then, I'm here.
Right.
Thank you, Kelvin.
Thank you, Kelvin. Thank you, Sylvia.
Thank you,
All right. Bye,
Sylvia.
guys.
Bye.